What is up, everybody? AD2L Season 31. I don't even know what week it is. Week 3. Archon Division. This week, a patch came out on Friday, and the games were supposed to be played Thursday. I think 3 series so far played after that on the new patch, and 1 is yet to play. So there are 4 series, I think, on the new patch that I know absolutely nothing about. I was house sitting all weekend. I read the patch notes on Friday, but I just have not had a chance to play at all. Yeah, so I don't know anything about the patch. I'm going to be no help, but that's okay. I'll do what I can. Current chat was wrong. But anyway, we'll jump in right now. I could only find 1 game for the first series I have set up. It's Sloth versus Infate. I can't seem to find the other game. Here's game 1. I don't know if one of the games weren't ticketed. Yeah, I just cannot seem to find it anywhere. So I guess we can do this 1 game. I don't think I saw... Actually, let me check the Discord real quick. Does not look like it. Okay, so anyway, we'll just do this 1 game, and then I can look on the site for the final outcome. So, Infate went with Ogre, Troll, Leshrac, Phoenix, and Sladar. This is on... Yeah, this is on the old patch. Sloth went with Storm, Willow, Snapfire, Mars, and Chaos Knight. I like the Snapfire and Mars, or Mars and Willow. This is a really good team fighty. You got Chaos Knight who can fight early. In Fate, I like the Troll. Leshrac isn't interested in mid. I don't know how good it is right now. Phoenix was also mid. Must have just been rotating. I like Phoenix. Good counter initiation for the thing. I think I'm going to go with Sloths. I mean, it's just team fighting. I feel like team fight is really easy to execute in Archon, so I'm going to give them the edge here in game 1. Just for clarity's sake, looks like Sloth won game 2 as well as game 1, so it was a 2-0 for Sloth. Alright, so I don't really know what's going on, but my Dota cannot launch any replays. I tried a couple different games from a couple different series, and none of them will launch right now. So I'm thinking something's either wrong with my computer or something's wrong with Dota because of all the updates. But I tried even some series on the new patch. It still wasn't downloading anything. It's a bummer. I guess I'll try again tomorrow when I go to edit, and hopefully I can record some replays. If not, then we might just be SOL on replays this week. But anyway, so it looks like this game was really close for 20 minutes, and then it looks like the team fight just kind of kicked in effect. Sloth didn't really lose anyone from 20 minutes on, so I think they just had superior team fight. They stuck as 5, and there was not much that Infate could do. But that's my guess. Didn't see the game, so I don't know. Series number 2, we got WibP versus Pancake Spank. Game 1. WibP went with Wind Ranger, Shaman, Gyrocopter, Ursa, and Beastmaster. I think this is a 5-position gyro, which I heard was decent before the patch, so interesting. Pancake went with DP, Jug, Tusk, Witch Doctor, and Timbersaw. I love this draft, except for the Timbersaw. I would have liked something a little bit more team fighty. Maybe a Mars, maybe, I don't know, some offlaner that was team fighty. I still like it better than WibP's draft. This is very brawly. I actually like this draft a lot too, but I think Death Prophet, Jug, Tusk, all these are just too good in last patch. Game 2, Pancake went with Invoker, PL, Axe, Treant Protector, and Shadow Shaman. And WibP went with Shadow Fiend, Rubik, Gyro, 5-position again, Monkey Cane, and Beastmaster. I think Beastmaster was really good last patch. You don't really have a way for the PL other than, like, I guess Monkey Cane Q. Gyro's okay, but he's a 5-position, so he's not going to have items. Yeah, I mean, I still think I like WibP's draft a little bit better. I think Invoker doesn't put pressure on the Shadow Fiend. I think the offlane Axe doesn't really mess up a Gyrocopter. Actually, I think Gyro's better in lane, so I'm going to give it to WibP this game. I really like the Beastmaster. Overall, this series looked pretty good. Game 1 was really close until this team wipe here at 27 minutes. 28 minutes. And then it looked like WibP kind of held their advantage really well, snowballed. And game 2, Pancake Spank won. I thought WibP won. I was like, how did WibP win with Pancake Spank at 20k net worth lead? Really close, really close. Very back and forth game. It doesn't look like there are that many team fights taken. But yeah, I mean, very good series overall, 1-1. You love to see it. This game looked really close. Last game looked really close, so very good series. Third series, we got Rats and Bunnies versus Dingoes. Game 1, Rats and Bunnies went with the Phoenix, Void Spirit, PL, Lion, and Toad Hunter. I guess Lion was really good at the end of the last patch. I like Void Spirit a lot. I mean, I guess I don't remember what happened to him in the patch. I assume he got nerfed. Phoenix has been picked up a little bit lately. Dingoes went with Viper, Timbersaw, Shaman, Clockwork, and Alk. Carry Alk, I think, was really good at the end of the last patch. I don't mind this Clockwork. I think he's good for putting pressure. I mean, they got 2 cores that can get away from you, though. Shaman, I don't mind. I think that's good to help balance that out. You don't really have a way to kill the Phoenix Egg other than Alchemist, but Alchemist doesn't want to fight for the first 20 minutes. Timbersaw's greedy. Yeah, I think I like Rats and Bunnies just because it's all team fighty. I do like the Clockwork and the Alchemist, though, but I think I'd go with Rats and Bunnies. Game 2, Dingoes went with Earthshaker, Weaver, Ogre, Dragon Knight, and PA. I don't really love Dragon Knight. Offlane Weaver. Yeah, I think it's solid. No team fight, but if you play around it, you're good. Rats and Bunnies went with Pugna, Crystal Maiden, Pangolier, Ursa, and Earth Spirit. Interesting. Okay, I like the Earth Spirit. You don't really have Earth Spirit. I like the Ursa. You don't really have any way to catch the Weaver, so it should be like a free Weaver game, but it's an offlane. A couple good ways to stop the CM multi. I actually like Dingo's draft comparatively. I think the Ursa's a good pick here, but I just like this. I think it's solid. Overall, between the 2 games, game 1 was really close. Wow. Until 29 minutes, this team fight just gave Rats and Bunnies the win, basically. Wow, very close game 1. And then game 2 looked like it was Rats and Bunnies favored basically the whole time. It's still relatively close. I mean, 10 minutes until this team fight. 10k net worth lead until this team fight. Good team fight here by Dingoes, it looks like. And Rats and Bunnies just kind of had their advantage more. Wow, looked like a pretty decent series. Fourth series, we got Instigators versus Extra. Game 1, Instigators went with Tusk, Mars, Jakiro, Death Prophet, and Medusa. I think it's okay. You don't really have a lot of initiation here. It looks like it's a 4 Protect 1, so you want to get the Medusa farm. Extra went with Shaman, Dragon Knight, Phoenix, Jug, and Ogre. So this is an offlane Phoenix. He actually played really well on it, if I remember. I don't love it in theory, just looking at it from an outside perspective. I think I like our draft better this game. Yeah, that being said, I know how the game ended. Extra played really well, so I might be biased. Game 2, Instigators went with Legion Commander, Mid, Clockwork, Lena, Weaver, and Ursa. I don't really love this. You don't have any team fight, really. Your only initiation is your 5-position Clockwork. The only way to deal with the PL is the Legion, basically. Battle Fury, Ursa. Extra went with PL, Ogre, Underlord, Shaman, and Skywrath Mage. I think I like this draft a lot. You still don't have a lot of team fight, but it's a really solid 4 Protect 1, and there's no team fight here, essentially. So you have to be careful. Pickoffs on the mid from basically Legion, Clockwork, I mean, even Weaver here on the back line, but otherwise I like Extra's draft a lot more here. Let's see, trying to remember. Overall, I mean, it looks like they just got hugely ahead here after this one team fight. I think it was team fight mid. I did Aegis Steel here, just pointing that out. Was going to show it, but can't watch replays. So Tusk with the Aegis Steel here, no big deal. And then game 2, I think, was a little bit closer, and I still think, yeah, very fighty. Dude, for whatever reason, we just fought at our bottom tier 1 the entire, like, so long, and then eventually the PL was just farmed because we just kept bringing everyone to fight. But pretty good series overall. GG's Extra. 5th series. This is the last series we have on the old patch. It's Unrivaled versus Dire. Unrivaled went with PL, Vengeful Spirit, Marana, Axe, and Phoenix. A lot of people going PL at the end of the last patch. Mid-Venge. Don't know too much about it. I see a lot of people pick it up. Dire went with Jug, Oracle, Ember Spirit, Death Prophet, and Clockwork. I like this a lot. This is really strong. I mean, yeah, Ember's not bad against PL. Even Death Prophet's not terrible against PL. So I think I want to go Dire here. I don't know the matchup, Ember versus Vengeful Spirit, but I think I want to lean towards Dire just because I know Jug and DP were really good. I like the spot Clock was in. 4 position, Marana, 5 Phoenix. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Dire. Game 2, Dire went with Outworld Destroyer, Enigma, Jakiro, PL, and Kunkka. A lot of PLs. Enigma was really good last patch. OD I think was pretty solid. Unrivaled went with Willow, Naga, Venge, Timbersaw, and Witch Doctor. Okay, so this is a pretty solid 4 Protect 1. You got the Timbersaw that can make a lot of space if you play around it. This is like one of those drafts where I don't mind the Timbersaw. Just make space for the Naga. I actually like that. I mean, the PL, I think Naga beats PL late game. Mid OD, I think if you rotate early, you can mess them up a little bit. And they have the Enigma, though, but you have a Song that'll break it. Kunka's not bad. I think I want to go with Unrivaled here. I really like this. I think this is probably one of the better Timbersaw drafts I've seen all season. So overall, Unrivaled with the 2-0. This game was close until about, 17 minutes? These two team fights, I think back-to-back helped who won Unrivaled Snowball, and then it looks like they just kept taking really good team fights. Did they have better team fight? Yeah, they did. They had the Phoenix, the Axe, so looked like relatively close game 1 for the first half, and then game 2 was a 50-minute game. So many team fights, holy cow. I mean, this is that 4 Protect 1 I was talking about, just back and forth. And then eventually the Naga gets involved. I don't know who you got a Black Hole as the Enigma, but very team fighty. I bet this game was wild. I mean, even 40k net worth lead, it took them 50 minutes to win, so crazy. But that was a good game, probably a good series. All right, our 6th series, I think this is the first game on the new patch. We got Victoria's Secret 6-player versus Hunt Beasts Embrace. Holy moly. Victoria's Secret went with the Weaver, the OD, the DP, the Bounty Hunter, and a CM. So I don't know. I wish I knew it more about the patch. I think Bounty was good. Death Prophet obviously was good. I assume she got nerfed, but maybe not. OD. Hunt went with Sniper, Void, Brewmaster, Lone Druid, and Snapfire. Holy cow, this is so greedy. So this has to be a 4-position Sniper, mid, Lone Druid. I mean, this is wicked greedy. Your team fights are carry here. But, I mean, Lone Druid's obviously really good early. If you can know how to micros, Brewmaster's pretty good. I mean, you can kind of secure the lane with snipers. So I want to go with Hunt just because I assume these two heroes were nerfed, but maybe they weren't. I don't know. I really don't know too much about this patch. I'm sorry, guys. I just like this this team fight of Brewmaster. I think that lane can win pretty easily, but I don't know. That's my no information idea. Game at 2, Victoria's Secret went with the Magnus, Jug, Beastmaster, Lion, and Dazzle. Okay, I think Dazzle was trash last patch. I think it got a couple of buffs, but I don't think it's good yet. I think his Shard was pretty good. It hexes them off your Q. Hunt went with Marana, Void Spirit, Chaos Knight, Pango, and Snapfire. They really like these greedy 4 positions. Looks like the Void Spirit went off. I mean, I like the Beastmaster. I actually really like this draft. You don't have a great amount of wave clear, but neither really do Hunt. I'm going to go with Victoria's Secret here. I just like this draft. I think you got a lot of good team fight pick off. I like Victoria's Secret here. Looks like this game was really close. 23 minutes, even up until this team fight, really. Only 3k net worth lead, so at 30 minutes, and then it looks like they won 1 or 2 team fights, and they just kind of took over. So very close game 1. Game 2, it looked like was kind of in Hunt's favor the whole time. Not hugely until about 18 minutes. They won that team fight. I think they killed the Jug. Looks like they killed the Jug multiple times throughout the game. That was like a big priority for them, so that was nice. And then they just kind of snowballed from there. Poor Pango looks like he died every fight, but it worked out for him. Big team fight here. 10k net worth at 25 minutes, so looked like a pretty good series. Okay, we got FOTP versus All Prey Groot. FOTP went with Rubik, Lifestealer, Dragon Knight, Grimstroke, and Lich. I think it has to be because I think Grimstroke Shard looked really good, and I think Lifestealer looked like it was a big buff. And then Groot went with Anti-Mage, Witch Doctor, Snapfire, Puck, and Underlord. Okay. I mean, this seems like a pretty classic. I mean, I just don't like Anti-Mage right now. I don't know how buffed he got in the last patch, so maybe he's good. But based off what I saw from the patch notes, I thought that I would think these would be better. Oh, they went with Offlane, Dragon Knight. Ugh, I'm going All Prey Group game 1 for sure. Offlane, Dragon Knight, JoJo. Game 2, FOTP went with Marana, Gyrocopter, Centaur, Warrunner, Kunkka, and Dazzle. So another one, I think, like I said, the Shard hexes them now on you when you place your Q with Dazzle. Groot went with Naga, Jakiro, TA, Axe, and Venomancer. So this is a pretty solid team fight, I think. It's pretty greedy. I mean, you kind of want to farm as TA up until you get that Deso Blink, and then you want to farm heroes. But the Naga can't make space for you the first, 20 minutes of the game. So a little bit weak there. I mean, I don't know how good Gyrocopter is now. I don't know how good Kunkka is. I mean, these are a bunch of heroes I haven't seen in forever, so I don't really know. I see a clear weakness with this draft, just the first 20 minutes, it feels like. But I don't know if this draft's good. It's hard for me to make a call. I guess I'll go FOTP here just because it looks like the Gyro had a really good game, so maybe Gyro's a really good hero right now. I honestly don't know. This looked like a very back and forth game. At most, it was a 11k net worth lead, but look at this. I don't even know what happened here. They must have killed the life. They didn't even get any gold from that. That team fight right there, I guess. Wow, very back and forth. Pretty close game 1. And then game 2 was FOTP favored basically the whole game. Wow, big team fight, big team fight. Oh, big team fight there. Very interesting game. I honestly don't know. I don't know how these games went, but FOTP 2-0'd. Look good. Yeah, I don't know. 8th series of the week, we got Harpies versus No Void Spirit. Game 1, Harpies went with Axe, Ursa, Venge, Lich, and Grimstroke. Okay. So again, the Grimstroke Shard I think is pretty good. A lot of teams picking it up. It looks like No Void Spirit went with CM, Luna, Venomancer, Underlord, and Razor. Interesting. Is Razor good? I assumed he'd get nerfed, but I don't really know. This is like a weird interface right now. I don't know why it's like this. Oh, it's probably because it was just played recently, so it hasn't updated. I think this is very fighty, and this looks very, I mean, Ursa just screws Underlord in lane. Race is good against Ursa, though. I actually think I want to go No Void Spirit here. I think the Grimstroke's good, but I just think they counter it a little bit. So I'll go No Void Spirit. But then you got game 2 that gives me all the information. So very strange. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, game 2, Void Spirit went with Kunkka, Skywrath Mage, Dazzle, Faceless Void, and Doom. So a lot of people picking up this Dazzle, but it doesn't even look like he got the shard. So I'm not sure if it was worth it, honestly. A lot of people picking up the Kunkka, too. Very interesting. Skywrath Mage looks like a 5 position. Harpies went with Axe, Wraithkane, Lich, what's his name? Abaddon, and mid Gyrocopter. So Harpies like this Lich and Axe a lot. I don't really like Lich at all. I think I say it all the time. I think he's a good hero. I just don't like playing him. I mean, it doesn't really look like you got a great... I like Wraithkane against Faceless Void. So I think the carry matchup goes to Harpies. I think the Doom, I like Wraithkane against Doom. Abba versus Doom. I mean, you only have 3 Doom targets, really. I'm going to go with Harpies. I think 2 of their heroes just don't really want to play against this lineup. Axe against the Dazzle, too. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Harpies here. Game 1, I don't know what heroes died, but it looked like it was a huge net worth advantage for Harpies. And then some big team fight brought it back to even, and then the Harpies still ended up winning. But it was a very close game for the end of it. I don't know why it's like this. It's not showing me stuff, but it is what it is. Game 2, looks like it was very close again until this team fight when it was even No Void Spirit favored until really this team fight. And then Harpies held their advantage really well. 30 minutes, they had 3 lanes of racks. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, it looked like a really good series for 2-0, so good job. All right, the 9th series of the day. This one was just played last night. I was unable to watch it because for the first time in like 5 days, I was able to try out the patch, so I was kind of excited. And I missed the games, but I can still go over them here. And because I don't have anyone else's replay, I probably won't include this one's replay, just to be fair to everyone else. But it is what it is. All right, jumping in, Meritot Lincoln went with Ogre, Sandcane, Lifestealer, Clockwork, and Zeus. Interesting. I haven't seen Zeus. Looks like a 4-position Zeus, middle, Clockwork, classic Aelwrath. Grin went with Dazzle, Troll, Ember, Earth Spirit, and Warlock. Okay, so offlane Dazzle. Interesting. Troll I think is pretty good right now. I personally think Warlock's really good with the Shard. So, I like the Lifestealer. I don't really know who wins that matchup, Troll versus Lifestealer. I like the Ember versus Clockwork mid. Yeah, I think we go with Grin's lineup here. Game 2, we got Shadow Shaman for Meritot Lincoln, Outworld Destroyer, Underlord, Slark, and Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition, one of the highest win rates in Dota right now. Bandit the Disruptor. Who on Grin plays Disruptor? Grin went with Juggernaut, Void Spirit, Dazzle, Earth Spirit, and Sandcane. Okay, so this time it was a 5-position Dazzle. They went with the Earth Spirit 4 again. They went offlane Sandcane. Interesting. I don't really like Jug as much this patch. I think Slark's pretty good with his Shard. Doesn't look like it picked it up. I think Slark's Shard's super good. Underlord I still think is really good. I wish they went Earth instead of Jug. We'll go with Meritot Lincoln here. I think AA is really good. Jug's kind of good against AA, but I think the rest... I think AA is pretty good, so I'll go with Meritot Lincoln here. Well, Honestly, guys, that was pretty interesting for me just to see all of my first impressions compared to what I think now, literally days later. I think, what, 2 days later? Just from, like, watching a couple of videos, looking at the patch a little more, even playing. Yeah, I mean, this week was kind of chalked. I feel bad. I wasn't really in a great mood Monday. I have a lot of stuff going on IRL right now, and I just hadn't done any research on the patch, so I felt really uneducated on it. But I think, at the very least, it's kind of interesting to see what my first impressions were. I think some of them I was just so dead wrong, and others of them I think I still kind of agree with. Overall, right now, I think that the patch seems to be very team fight focused, which I think it always is to start the patch as teams try to figure out like what the best strategy is. I think it's just like you fight until you figure out which lineups are good and whatnot. But so like right now, Ursa's a lot popular. PL seems to be like the big winner in the patch with his shard. AA's a high win rate. I'm trying to think who else. Huskar's a really high win rate. But yeah, so those were my very first impressions. I think going forward I'll have a better idea. I still don't know what team lineups need to be picked to win, like what play style, but it's interesting to see the little meta forming. It's kind of getting me excited about Dota again, which is awesome. So anyway, let's jump into predictions here. I have not filled these out yet, so okay. So I was just super wrong last week. Only 3 out of 9. Yikes. Well, we'll see what we can do here. Whip P versus Victorious Secret. I'll give it a 1-1 right off the bat. I'm not sure. I think both teams could 2-0. Hunt versus Pot of Sloth. I'll say 1-1 again. I think this will be a good series. I know the Pot of Sloth caster was looking for... Pot of Sloth captain was looking for a caster in the AD2L Discord, so I think that would be a good series to cast. Grin versus Dingoes. I'm going to say 1-1 again. I think Dingo's been playing really well. I think Grin's been playing really well. So it'll be an interesting series. Gator versus Pancake Spank. I'll say 1-1. I'm pretty sure he's at the bottom 2 teams, but maybe I'm wrong. FOTP versus Unrivaled. I'm going to say 2-0 FOTP. I just think until someone beats them, I'm going to keep doing it. Extra versus No Void Spirit. I think Extra's been playing really well. Void Spirit's pretty well. I'm going to say 1-1. Rats and Bunnies versus Groot. I'm going to give the edge to Groot. I think they lost 2-0 to who they play FOTP last week, but I think the team from across the pond is really good, and FOTP is just a little bit better than everyone else. So I think Groot still could 2-0 that. Dire versus Harpies I think will be a good series. I'm going to give the edge to Harpies. I think Dire just 2-0 to Unrivaled, who I think are a really good team. I'd love to see them against FOTP this week, but I still think Harpies are hitting their groove. And then Invade versus Mary Todd Lincoln Forever Young. Who did Invade play? Pot of Sloth. They got to it. Who did they play before? Invade 1-1 Grin. MTL is just 1-1 Grin. Yeah, I'll say it's a 1-1. Be an interesting series to watch. So let's go with that for my predictions as of now. We'll see how it shapes up next week. All right, let's do rankings here. FOTP staying at the top. Dire, I think Unrivaled's moving up to 2nd. I think All Pro Group I'm going to keep here. I'll put Dire at 4. Harpies I'm going to move up above No Void Spirit. Keep No Void Spirit there. I'm going to move Extra up there. Victoria's Secret. Who'd they get to? Was it Hunt? Yeah, so let's move Victoria's Secret down. Oh, you know what I should do? Let me do the records here first. I think this is correct. Let's move Harpies up. I'm tempted to move them above Groot just because I think Groot still played well, but I'm going to move Harpies up. Then the 4... Okay, so the top 3, I'll say FOTP is 1. I'll say Unrivaled is now 2. I think they're playing really well. We'll say Harpies is now 3. All Parade Groot is now 4. We'll say Dire is 5. So we can move... Yeah, we'll move R&B up. Make them 6. I don't know. I think I want to keep Void Spirit at 7. Dingoes lost 2-0. I think you gotta put Hunt up here. Go 8. I think you gotta move Extra up here and Grin. Oh no, and Pot of Sloth up here. So we'll go 9 for Extra and we'll go 10 for Pot of Sloth. I think Whippy. Dingo's been playing really well. Grin playing really well. I'll give Dingoes 11. We'll give Whippy 12. We'll give Grin 13. We'll give Victoria's Secret 14. Move Mary Todd Lincoln up. Mary Todd Lincoln will give 15. In Fate will give 16. Gators will leave at 17. And Pancake Spank will leave at 18. I think that's how it'll go right now. Once again, FOTB first, Unrivaled second, Harpies third, Groot fourth, Dire fifth, Rats and Bunnies sixth, No Void Spirit 7, Hunt 8, Extra 9, Pot of Sloth 10, Dingoes 11, Whippy 12, Grin Swift 13, Victoria's Secret 6 player 14, Maritod Lincoln 15, Infate 16, Gator 17, and Pancakes Spank 18. Yeah, I think that'll do it for this week. Good job, everyone. I'm excited to see what we all do in the new patch, what heroes everyone thinks is good. Yeah, have fun and talk soon.